streak online. We were having troubles, technical difficulties. Is still 0-0. That's the first strike there on this batter for Jared Lipke. 1-1 now. That one popped up into foul territory, and after it is Jackson Freed. That one's just going to be out of play. That one line to Luis Canchera at shortstop for the third out. Still a 0-0 game. No hits in that half of the inning. Due up for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the first will be number 4, Luis Canchera. You're watching Mavericks baseball. We'll be back right after this. And we're back here for the bottom of the first inning. Leading us off is number 4, Luis Canchera. And the 0-0. That one's in there for a strike. Sorry for any technical difficulties there if you couldn't hear me very well. And we're back here in the bottom of the first inning. Or top of the second, sorry. And up to bat, Jake Lamperman strikes out for the second out.
Now batting for the Edmonton Prospects, left fielder number 25, Matt Cortell.
That brings up number 25, Matt Cortell. And Cortell with the big cut as Jackson Freed was able to get a hold of that one for the foul tip for strike one. And that one just missing on the outside for 1-1. Cortell so far this season batting .300 as he grounds that one to Louis Canjura, throwing on to Popko at first for the third out. 3 up, 3 down for the Edmonton Prospects.
Attention Maverick fans, if your vehicle has license plate number RAJ934, shame on you. You have the dirtiest car in the parking lot. You have won a free car wash, courtesy of Clean Machine Car Wash. Head on down to Clean Machine Car Wash for all your car wash needs.
When mine does that for my other apps, I got clinic apps, I turn it off and it works. Sometimes I have to delete the app.
The only thing with this app is I delete it. I guess I have to go back to the email and reinstall it. Right. But this app has I pulled it up to see if there's any assistance. You have to type in all this. Leading us off here in the bottom of the second inning, number 25, Colton Wright. And Wright rips that one just under the third baseman's glove. And the Mavericks have themselves a single.
Right singles to left, bringing to the plate the right fielder, number 1, Chris Rodriguez.
So you just do all of them from the start, or do you have a start?
Only a few of them have start times.
And how do you do that? Where you enter it to their spot, different spot? Do you worry about it?
Well, on the iPad or on iPhone, it's easy. Like,
And that brings up number 1, Chris Rodriguez.
Pause it out like 9 seconds and then turn it back.
That's what I've been doing for the gas ref starts. And that and Rodriguez hits that one into right field. But he's going to fly out for the first out.
Rodriguez flies out to right field, first out of the inning. Bringing to the plate, the first baseman, number 20, Frank Podko.
That brings up number 20, Frank Podko.
My brother's on nights, so he's, I know we're laying and then we're coaching and that's it.
And Podko thinks about that one. But the first base ump says he didn't go for ball one.
Indiana. Very strong. Sherville. He plays
Pops up a little too soon sometimes when he stays down.
Are there many Div 1 guys that put in this?
Yeah. Right, I think it's going to be one.
They're going or they've already been? Oh, really?
And that one hit into left field by Podko. Runners at first and second now with only one out.
And that brings to the plate the center fielder, number 30, Tanner Helms.
The biggest thing I've ever seen out here was John Mayberry. John Mayberry when he was a Blue Jay batting coach.
And that brings up number 30, Tanner Helms.
The trees over there, it was still climbing when it went over the lights.
1 day, 9 seconds.
And he was just a batting coach, but they
Next
wanted
one,
him to
9 seconds in.
Which
1 day.
which group is that by?
Oh, hang on, I had it. I'm not sure. It's on iPod.
Okay. I just play it.
There we go, boys.
And that one off the catcher. And both those guys are going to advance. Runners at third and second now.
2-0. It's gonna be tough getting the pass balls and shit in it, but I'm just right over top of the pitch that it happened.
2-0 count here to Tanner Helms. And that one high at the letters. 3-0 now. That one taken all the way. The 3-0, 3-1 now. That just fouled off just to the left of Tanner Helms there. Has himself a full count now with one out and runners at third and second.
Holy.
And Helms has himself a walk. Bases loaded here.
Helms draws a walk to load the bases. For the catcher, number 16, Jackson Freed.
Score a bunch here. James, you get a bigger thing? More of a bases than the eight.
That brings up number 16, Jackson Freed. Let's see who you can do here with only one out and the bases loaded. Oh! And Jackson Freed hits that one, and that's just foul to the left of that foul pole in the outfield.
It's the hardest ball he's hit since he's been here. We've been working with him too. We get 4 guys every day for early work, an hour before regular batting practice, and we're just cycling 3, 4, 4, 4. It's amazing the changes these guys are making. We're used to it with aluminum, we're not used to wood, so we gotta make changes to get more legs and hand power.
That one right down the middle for strike 2.
This is a bat league, though, right? Like a wood bat?
That's what those are, yeah. They're kind of opposite wood, actually. Drive him in, big guy. Gosh, tough one.
Not the strikeout for Jackson Freed.
Bringing to the plate, the shortstop, number 4, Louis Canjura.
That brings up number 4, Louis Canjura.
So this guy's consistent.
Slowly, but he's catching.
Smith. I can't even download the app.
Fans, please remember that balls and bats can leave the playing field at any time, and you should always be prepared.
I've got to download it again. I just need to. That one swung on for strike 3.
Canjura strikes out to the MHMavericks. No earned runs on 2 hits, leaves 3 men stranded, and there are no Edmonton prospects.
We'll be back here for the bottom of the the top of the 3rd inning. I'm Person McDonald, and you're watching Mavericks baseball.
50-50 tickets. Mention 50-50 tickets. Make sure you get your 50.
Thanks for bearing with us, folks. Thanks, Pat. I know you're listening at home in Edmonton. We are just correcting our point streak issues here. Edmonton has a runner on second, 1 out. And a swinging strikeout by number 15. That's 2 down. Top of the third, runner on second. That brings about the leadoff hitter, number 6 for Edmonton. Apologize, I do not have names in front of me. Bear with me. Swings at the first pitch. Looks like a pop fly to center field. Looks like it could be the 3rd out of the inning, and it is. Edmonton leaves 1 runner stranded.
Edmonton had no earned runs on 1 hit, 1 man left stranded, and there were no Medicine Hat Maverick errors. Middle of the 3rd inning is brought to you by Prairie Sprinter, the official shuttle of the Medicine Hat Mavericks. Also a reminder, fans,
So we are just currently uploading the point streak data to catch up here. Heading into the bottom of the 3rd. Mavericks up to bat here. Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
Hey, are we doing the Medicine Hat news carrier race in 3 outs? Sounds good.
Do you need that lineup with the names here? Do you need this?
Are they going to read that, or do I have to read it?
So we need to get their carbon copy up here, guys, always.
I did have their carbon copy somewhere.
Just find the carbon copy, because that's what we should have up here always.
I had it.
The gospel.
I did have it, I saw it after.
I had it. I knew what I did with it.
Okay, well.
That pen also disappeared after that.
So we are heading into the bottom of the 3rd. Mavericks will batting as number 15. Caleb Longley leading off the inning. It'll be Longley, followed by Rowlett and Caffrey.
This is now open in the Medicine Hat Family Leisure Center, and in partnership with the Medicine Hat Mavericks. Get yourself a booster juice. Leading off the bottom of the 3rd, the left fielder, number 15, Caleb Longley.
First pitch swinging, drives it to right field. Looks like it's right at the right fielder, and it is. First pitch swinging, 1 down for the Mavericks. Music.
Longley flies out to right field, that brings to the plate the second baseman, number 8, Blake Rowlett.
Don't turn it off.
Okay, Blake Rowlett now batting.
I got it. I got it up there.
Takes ball 1. Looks like an off-speed pitch. Fastball up and in. Count goes to 2-0. Takes ball 3, 3-0. And a fastball comes in. Count now 3-1. I needed the names is what I needed, but Swinging ground ball. Second baseman bobbles it and makes the play. That's 2 out.
Grounds out the second base. Bringing to the plate the third baseman, number 31, Chris Caffrey.
With 2 out in the bottom of the third, that brings up Chris Caffrey.
Greg, way lineup.
First pitch swinging through a curveball. 0-1. And that evened up the count, 1-1. And fastball on the outside corner, 1-2. And Chris goes down looking on a fastball. Has something to say about it to the umpire. That's 3 down through 3 complete.
No man left on base, and there was no Edmonton prospect errors. The bottom of the third inning is brought to you by Safety Net, helping you help others, providing first aid training and supplies.
After 3, we are in a scoreless game with the Mavericks registering 2 hits at this point and the Prospects registering 1 hit. And we are back to the top of the third.
Beer battle, you want 10 minutes now?
And the count is 1-1. Nick Spillman up to bat here, count 2-1. And it looks like a curveball missed inside. That'll bring us to 3-1 count. And takes ball 4.
Stillman walks the lead off the fourth, bringing the plate. Third baseman number 13, Michael Goff.
Wasn't there. With the walk, that brings to the plate Michael Gahn, third baseman for the Prospects. Libke gets a curveball over for a strike. Looks like it caught the inside corner.
Go, Mavericks, go.
And looks like a bunt. It's going to be fielded by the third baseman, Caffrey. Nice play to take the force out. Runner does advance, so that is a sacrifice bunt.
Back bunt by Gahan. Advances the runner and brings to the plate the DH number 23, Eric Zabrowski.
So still bearing with us, getting caught up on point streak here, so if we're a little divided up here with our attention, we appreciate it. Up to bat now for Edmonton, number 23, Eric Zabrowski. He's the DH today. Last time up, flew out to right field. He is 0 for 1 on the night. First pitch over for a ball. Curveball misses inside. We're at 2-0. Edmonton with a runner in scoring position at second base here. 1 out. Top of the fourth. Fastball catches the outside corner. Both pitchers spotting well today. Libke comes set. Curveball turned on foul down the left field line. Looks like Eugene, our photographer, is fielding that play. Decent arm. Who'd have thought it? Oh, maybe not. He squiveled it up. Couldn't get it to the dugout there.
Yeah.
2-2 count. 1 out. Libke comes set again. Fastball's chopped up the middle. Rowlett makes a play on his backhand, makes a nice throw. Runner does advance to third base, so 2 out. Nice play defensively.
Grounds out for the second out of the inning. Brings to the plate tonight's spear batter, brought to you by Budget Lines. The right fielder, number 22, Jake Lanferman. Call John at Budget Lines to look for the best blind in town.
Jake Lanferman playing right field up to bat at this point. 2 down, runner on third. Last at bat, Jake went down swinging, striking out. First pitch swinging, fastball fouled straight back. Lots of strikes from both pitchers. You love to see that. Challenging the hitters. Makes for a speedy game and a good game. And you can see it. It's 0-0 into the top of the fourth, moving along quickly here. Libke coming set again. Pass ball all the way back. Looks like the run's going to score on that curveball. Unsure if that scored a wild pitch or a pass ball at this point. Sounds like a wild pitch. And swinging and fastball straight back. 1-2 count. 2 out.
Strike to the beer batter.
Are you caught up? You're caught up now?
Almost.
Okay.
It's a
Sack bunt. 2 strikes. 2 pitches.
That guy advanced.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he scored. That's the guy that scored. And swinging at a curveball in the dirt. That one is blocked. And he's thrown out.
And that is $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes. $1 off
So that's 2 times the beer batter struck out tonight.
and that will end the top half of the
But Edmonton does put one across.
Prospects score 1 run on 0 hits and leave nobody left on. There were no MHMavericks errors.
So if you check point streak, we should be caught up here. Thanks for bearing with us.
Italian Kitchen in Medicine at Launch. Kids eat free Monday through Thursday now, featuring dine-in, takeout, and delivery menus. Visit us online at medicineatlodge.com.
Score on this fastball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're caught.
Rosters.
Fans, please remember that balls and bats can leave the playing field at any time.
Player
Be
stats.
alert and pay attention to the game. Foul balls are property.
It's nice to see what guys are hitting at the point in the season.
Back here for the bottom of the 4th inning. Leading us off will be number 25, Colton Wright. He's currently 1 for 1 on the day with a single. And the 0-0 from Duffield. And Wright takes a big cut of that one. That's going to be fouled off out of play by the batting cages.
Parents, a reminder, please make sure your children are within arm's reach at all times during the game.
Thanks, Greg.
Text me.
Yeah.
Make sure that's on.
Yeah, it is.
In the dirt.
That one in the dirt to Colton Wright. 1-1 now. Up to this point in the game, Prospects have a 1-0 lead. And that one on the inside to Wright, but still going to be in there for a strike. And the 2-2 pitch from Duffield. And Wright hits that one, drives it, and that one's going to be way out of play down the third base line.
Oh yeah, the stats guy, read it all. I think this guy's batting here. Struggles.
And a 2-2 pitch again from Finnegan Duffield. And Wright takes a nice look at that one. And the full count pitch. That one at the letters on Wright as he has himself a walk.
Right draws a walk. Bringing to the plate, the right fielder, number 1, Chris Rodriguez.
I'm thinking.
I'd have to draw a little mat and then have like the motion, the steps, like the little ticks.
That brings up number 1, Chris Rodriguez. So far to this point, he's 0 for 1. He's batting .264 as Duffield checks Colton Wright at first, but not going to get him as he's going to be back in there standing. And Chris Rodriguez rips that one down the third base line. That one just fair. And that's going to advance Colton Wright on the double.
Rodriguez doubles to left, brings to the plate the first baseman, number 20, Frank Podkol.
That brings up number 20, Frank Podkol. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a single. Currently batting .306 this point in the season. Podkol with himself with a very intense batting song, Creeping Death by Metallica. We like it up here in the booth. That one on the outside for a strike. Nobody out here, and runners at third and second in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Please, so I can remember.
And the 0-1. That one hop to the catcher. He can't find it, but that's still going to keep Colton Wright at third. But even up the count at 1-1. Podkol thinks about that one. It was in the strike zone, but
Say that again. Sounds good.
and that one in there for strike 2. 2-2 count now evened up for Frank Podkol. Finnegan Duffield working on his 62nd pitch of the night. And a timeout's called. And Podkol just fouls that one behind himself. Still a 2-2 count. Podkol from Schererville, Indiana. See what he can do here. Still nobody out. That one hits him right on the side, but he's looks like he doesn't care much about that one as he's
Pulls the bases and brings to the plate the center fielder, number 30, Tanner Helms.
Same position. Bases loaded. Second time this guy's gonna bases loaded. Literally the same thing.
This is the batting songs I used for guys I can't find their batting songs. I used it for David last week. And that brings up number 30, Tanner Helms, as he fouls that first pitch off.
Oh yeah.
And the 0-1 pitch from Duffield. And a big cut from Helms. Has him in an 0-2 count now. And Helms swung on for strike 3.
Helms strikes out for the first out of the inning. And that brings to the plate the catcher, number 16, Jackson Freed.
And that brings up Jackson Freed here with the bases loaded. As Freed takes a huge cut at the first pitch he sees for strike 1. And swung on, another big cut from Jackson Freed at a pitch that looked like it was in the dirt. And Michael Thompson going to have a chat with his catcher here. Doesn't mean just because your catcher doesn't mean you can call a game very well. Not one. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove for the second out.
Freed strikes out swinging. And that brings to the plate the shortstop, number 4, Louis Canjura.
That brings up number 4, Canjura, having himself a really good time at the plate this season. Batting .320. Not having himself a great day today, though. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Let's see what he can do here. That one right down the middle to Canjura. 0-1. Please stay in the game. Beer's not enough. And that one squared up to bunt, but it looks like it's going to be foul. That one grounded to first base, but Louis Canjura is going to have himself in there with a base hit as he beats out the run. And now we have a tie ball game, 1-1, as that's going to bring up.
Now batting for the MHMavericks, left fielder, number 15, Caleb Longley.
And that brings up Caleb Longley, a man with a lot of power in his bat this season. Batting .387. Let's see what he can do here with bases loaded and 2 out. And Longley hit by a pitch. Is that a ribby? And that's going to bring in another run.
Bringing to the plate the second baseman, number 8, Blake Rowlett.
That brings up Blake Rowlett. And Rowlett so far today, 0 for 1, was walked in his first at-bat and grounded out to the second baseman in his second at-bat. If you just tuned into our broadcast, Mavericks are leading 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. That one, no good to Rowlett. 2-0 now. And the 2-0 pitch from Finnegan Duffield. As Rowlett hits that one, that's grounded to the shortstop, and he fumbles it. But he's gonna get Rowlett at first. But not before the Medicine Hat Mavericks scored 2 runs on 2 hits.
And there were no prospect errors.
Mavericks now lead 2-1. You're watching Mavericks baseball. To lead the prospects off will be number 25, Matt Cortell. We'll be back right after this. And that brings up Matt Cortell. Fouls that one off.
So they can keep
All I can say about this is, what about the NFL signing Derek Carr 5 years, $125 million?
Or the NBA?
Like I said, if I was 20, I'd sign for somebody for the rest of my life right now.
That one in there for strike 2.
Because I'll never get that.
Not gonna lie, give me that money on again. I'm on a boat. With 200 girls being on it.
That one grounded to Blake Rowlett at second. And he's going to throw on to first for the first out.
Cortell grounds out to second, bringing to the plate the shortstop, number 11, Aiden Huggins.
That brings up number 11, Aiden Huggins. The first pitch he sees in there for a strike.
You don't go into a field and go, oh, it's a little much, I'll get like this. You just grab it.
Just take it away. I'll take 2 of them. Oh, you happen to like the color?
Okay, who did you say was in the lineup? They gave us the wrong number for Stillman's wearing the wrong number.
He's only 16, isn't he?
Yeah, but on the roster they have Caden Harris as number 16.
That roster's so wrong.
Even online.
They have like 5 guys that are on this roster not on the page.
And he has a 1-2 count now.
Hey, so since we just did the golf shot last inning, are we doing the...
That one fouled off. And that one grounded to Chris Caffrey at third. And he makes a beautiful stretch to get that one, but he's still, Huggins is going to be safe.
On base, bringing to the plate, the catcher, number 24, Anthony Cusati.
Since you just did the Cooley golf shot, are you going to do the days off swing shot after this inning? Bottom of 7, sounds good.
That brings up number 24, Anthony Cusati. He's 0 for 1 on the day. That big breaking ball in there.
I would do that for Sandra Gomez. Yeah, that'd be true. Oh, I know a couple of friends who was actually bounced. Wait, they punched in the face.
And that one grounded to Caffrey. 5, 4, 3, double play to end the inning.
The prospects had no earned runs on 1 hit, had no men stranded, and there were 0 Medicine Maverick errors. Middle of the 5th inning is brought to you by River Dental, the official dentist and hygienist of the Mavericks.
And that'll bring up to lead us off here in the bottom of the 5th, number 31, Chris Caffrey. I'm Percy McDonald, and you're watching Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this.
Chris Caffrey.
That brings up here to lead us off in the bottom of the 5th inning, number 31, Chris Caffrey. And Caffrey smacks that one into the gap between first and second. And he's on here with a leadoff single.
Caffrey leads off with single to right. Bringing to the plate, the DH, number 25, Colton Wright.
It is Colton Wright.
Yeah, well, like I said it way too early.
And that brings up number 25, Colton Wright. One for one on the day with a single. The first pitch to Wright's a little high above the belly button. That one right down the middle to Wright. Has the count even up to 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Duffield as he steps off.
He's mad.
It's way too long.
He's worse than Justin Verlander.
Except he's not making any money.
Or what's his face on your guys' team? That's Hayes. He's pretty slow too.
That one ripped down the first baseline just past Nick Spillman. And Colton Wright choosing to go to second. And he'll be tagged out.
Right thrown out. Rounding to second. Bringing to the plate, right fielder, number 1, Chris Rodriguez.
Say again.
Still a hit there.
Say that again.
Being picked off in second.
What'll do here after this batter? Guys' parents do what? Oh, okay.
Taking each other. That's my car, bro.
And the second pitch to Chris Rodriguez. In there for a strike. Fans here at Athletic Park not fond of that pitch. And Rodriguez hits that one to second. Is going to have himself a sacrifice hit there.
Rodriguez jumps up second and brings in a run. Bringing to the plate,
Would that be a sack?
the first baseman, number 20, Frank Podko.
That brings up number 20, Frank Podkol. As the Mavericks now have a 3-1 lead. And the first pitch to Podkol in the inside for a strike. If you just tuned in, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Mavericks lead 3-1. 6 hits for the Mavericks, 2 for the Prospects. No error for either team. That one fouled. Watch out, patio seating.
Fans, please remember that balls and bats can't leave the playing field at any time. Be alert and pay attention to the game.
Dude, it's your last time for 5-0/5-0.
That one swung on for strike 3.
Podko strikes out swinging to end the inning. The Mavericks score 1 run on 2 hits, leave no men left on, and there were 0 prospect errors. Maverick fans, there's a birthday boy.
To lead us off
Tommy
here.
Jones. He's on the stands today celebrating his 11th birthday. Can we give him a huge round of applause?
To lead us off here in the bottom or the top of the 6th will be number 15, Dean Olson. I'm Person McDonald, and you're watching Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this. And the first pitch from Lipke to Dean Olsen to lead us off here in the top of the 6th is a little bit outside for a ball. And the 1-0. That one in the dirt. 2-0 now. The 2-0 from Jared Lipke. Swung on. That one's grounded to Canjera at short. And he's going to get him at first.
Olsen grounds up short. Bring it to the plate, the second baseman, number 6, Zane Takar.
That brings up number 6, Zane Takar. 0 for 2 on the day. That one in there for strike 1.
Remember what I was playing on Sunday? All the slowest songs for their bats.
That was awesome. That one song you should have played to every one of their bats.
I'll play it again.
That one hit into shallow outfield, and Canjera there to make the play.
Takar moves out to short. Bring it to the plate, the first baseman, number 16, Nick Spillman.
That brings up Nick Spillman. A first pitch to Spillman in there for a strike.
Yeah, I'm worried about that before you called it. Well, no, I do it with a lot of them. I mean, like I said, he's only turn around and look at me.
Really?
I can't remember what song was it that I played.
What's that?
What song was it that I
One
played?
chance.
What?
For what?
For it was a funny song I played there for one of the away team batting.
One and two. Ooh.
And the 1-2.
Pay attention, baby.
As the lady who was going bleeding from the face because I hit her in the face. That's all.
That one swung on for strike 3. That's going to bring up number 30, Tanner Helms, to lead us off in the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this.
Out to end the inning. There were no earned runs on no hits.
And lead us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning, number 30, Tanner Helms, as the first pitch to him is way up high for ball 1. That one hit. In's fair in left field. Tanner Helms is going to make it standing up into second.
Helms with a leadoff double to start the 6th. Brings up late, number 16, Jackson Free. I already did it, yeah.
That brings up Jackson Freed. And nothing, and Freed slapped down to bunt. And he'll make it into first, safe. And they've got Tanner Helms in a rundown, and he's gonna be safe at third. That's a hit, right? That's a hit.
That's your call. It was a bunt.
Free with a bunt single brings to the plate the shortstop, number 4, Louis Canjura.
I'd say yes.
I'll give it a hand.
He was trying for a sacrifice, but it worked into it. It was well done. Do it again. Right here. Bunt again.
That brings up Canjura with nobody out here and runners at the corners. That one's up high for ball 1. And Duffield sets. Checks first. Delivers. Canjura with a big cut. Canjura 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI single.
You keep your wallet in your back pocket?
My wallet is my phone.
Oh. I keep my wallet in my back pocket and I hate sitting.
Yeah, I hate it.
But
That's exactly why.
Where do you keep cash?
And Canjura rips that one right past Nick Spillman. That's going to score Tanner Helms.
Canjura with an RBI single to right brings to the plate.
That's going to bring up number 15, Caleb Longley.
Longley.
0 for 2 on the day, was hit by a pitch and his last at bat.
Hit the nose, Jack.
I'm going to make sure. And we'll be back right after this pitching change. That brings up number 15, Caleb Longley. As number 52, Jordan Parento is into the game for the Edmonton Prospects. And Longley calls a timeout. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mavericks have a 4-1 lead. That one in the dirt. Wild pitch there from Jordan Parento. One-0 count now.
Couple ducks in the pond here.
A big cut from Longley.
I forgot how much I love sour cream and onion chips.
That one bounces in front of Anthony Custodi at the plate there. It's going to be 2-1.
I can feel it on my feet. It feels awesome.
At least something here's getting cold.
We have any task?
That one in the dirt is going to load the bases.
Longley walks to roll the bases, bringing to the plate the second baseman, number 8, Blake Rowlett.
Yeah, I think so.
Just the water.
No, I'm good, thanks.
I'm good, yeah.
Like a fridge in here with water. And you had the wooden box up here.
Yeah, Greg has it on his side now.
Huh?
He has it on his side now.
The wooden box must have been like a sauna. And swung on for strike 3 to Blake Rowlett.
Rowlett strikes out for the first out of the inning, bringing to the plate the third baseman, number 31, Chris Caffrey.
Every time we get loaded.
That brings up Caffrey with loaded bases. That's the first pitch is low for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch. And he checks at first. But Longley's back in there safe. Thanks.
1-1. 1-1.
Go to his window.
How much is it? Nope, that's too much. Dragon. You got Looney? Yeah. Thank you.
That one popped up. Kusati back for it. That one going to be off the netting. Unable to play it.
I have a Looney too. She's a wolf.
Man, chips make me thirsty.
Me too. So I could eat them. They were really good until I put it in the milk.
That one in the dirt. Nice eye. As the first base umpire is checked with, and he says he didn't swing.
That's head insurance, brother. What do you mean?
Somebody's card.
And swung on for strike 3.
Go ahead.
Catherine strikes out for the second out of the inning, bringing the plate the DH number 25, Colton Wright.
That brings up number 25, Colton Wright here with 2 outs.
All right, go ahead.
That one in the dirt. And Jackson Freed thought about going, but he's going to be back.
Total is what, sorry? Sounds good.
And Colton Wright fouls that one back into the stands. Has himself a 1-1 count.
Sounds good.
Please don't notice. I think I'll split it with some.
And the 2-1 pitch from Parenteau. That one in there on the outside. That one down and away. He's going to have himself a full count here with 2 out. Expect all these runners to be going from first, second, and third. That one in the dirt.
Where's your insurance?
Wright is walked, bringing in another run. And bringing in the plate the right fielder, number 1, Chris Rodriguez.
And that brings up number 1, Chris Rodriguez.
So that one's up.
I don't think so. Unless no one owns it.
broke it.
That one's in there for strike one. And Chris Rodriguez hits that one into the gap in left center. And that double, it's gonna bring home 3. He's just cleared out the bases on a double, and he's gonna advance to third on a bad throw. A 3 RBI double.
Bringing to the plate the first baseman, number 20, Frank Podkol.
That brings up Podkol now with 2 out, as the Mavericks just took an 8-1 lead. Podkol 1 for 2 on the D. That one on the inside for a strike.
For the 50-50, you told me to hold on. Okay, sounds good.
That one on the outside to Podkol. Doesn't look too pleased with that one. It's going to be 0-2. That one up high. Looked like he was trying to make him chase there. 1-2 now. That one swung on. That one's grounded to Huggins at short. And just throwing on to Spielman at first for the 3rd out. But not before the Mavericks score 4.
Mavericks scored 5 runs.
5, sorry.
And leave 1 man left on base. There were no prospect errors. After 6 innings of play, it's Medicine at 8.
To lead us off here in the top of the 7th will be number 13. Your Mavericks have an 8-1 lead. Michael Gahan up for the prospects. You're watching Mavericks baseball. We'll be back right after this.
Hey fans, if you have autographed by number 30, Tanner.
Michael Gahan steps out, but not in time for strike 1. That one, deep fly ball. up there, and Rodriguez makes the play in right field for the first out.
Hahn flies out to right field, bringing to the plate the DH number 23, Eric Zabrowski. Okay, sounds good.
Seventh, you know, the seventh inning is not a great time to do a giveaway.
Seventh inning stretch.
That one hit into left field. Back is Longley, but that one is gone. Zabrowski hits a shot on the first pitch he sees.
But on the good side, the beer batter beat.
Is he? A home run by Zabrowski brings to the plate the Budget Lions beer batter. Right fielder number 22, Jake Lanferman. Call Dan at Budget Lions to put the best blind date in town.
This brings up Lanferman tonight, our beer batter, as he pops that one into foul territory. Caffrey going back and just missing it in foul territory. Overshot it by a little bit. And we're 1/3 of the way there to the strikeout to the beer batter. If he strikes out, everybody in the stadium gets $1 off beer for 10 minutes.
The loudest fan gets pizza. Stand up and make as much noise as you can.
They want to
To
dance.
get away in 7th inning stretch. Alright, sounds good. So yeah, like a dancey song to start the middle of 7th. So 2 strike.
That one hit into left center field, way back, and that one off the wall. Tanner Helms fields it. And they're gonna have him keep him at second there.
Lanferman doubles to the wall, bringing to the plate the left fielder number 25, Matt Cortell.
See, they've caught on to all these phrases breaking pitches. Look, see what his story is.
And pitching coach Kyle Swanek is out there to talk to Jared Lipke.
You got a fun song ready? Oh, yeah, I should probably just do a hit.
Fun song. Try and find a fun song.
A fun song.
Everyone will get loud to and
Something
take me
that's
out to the
called
ball
fun
game right
song.
after.
Yeah, you guys asked so much of me.
Makes sense.
That one hit into right field. That's gonna drop right in front of Chris Rodriguez as he hits Podkol in the as the cutoff man. Still only one out here for Jared Lipke.
Cortell singles to right, bringing to the plate the shortstop number 11, Aiden Huggins.
You need to have it. If you made a couple of years, you'd have to go down and give him a hug.
If you're the back catcher, you run out right now and give your guys want a little more time. Talk to him a little bit.
Go and discuss who's calling the pizza.
So you're dancing with the pizza factory right now. Okay, so I would too.
My coach didn't dance with Scully because I had a coach.
How about in the club by 50 cents? Jokes.
He's looking because I'm supposed to go to that time, but it's called pointing at the space and telling us,
Just confused the hell out of me.
he looks at me and just such a.
I won in there for a strike.
And I know you would take some dirt out of it. He said, by the way, wash your boots.
I want ranch.
I want hit. And nice play by Ken Jura. As they're going to get the fielder's choice.
Huggins grounds into a fielder's choice. And that brings to the plate the sketcher, number 24, Anthony Kusami.
That brings up number 24, Anthony Kusati. As the Mavericks have themselves two pitchers warming up in the dugout. Starships by Nicki Minaj. How about Starships by Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, might as well. Roger that. Oh, how's your finger?
And Rowlett steps on.
Kusami grounds into the fielder's choice. The prospects get 2 runs.
We'll be back right after the 7th inning stretch.
There were no Maverick errors.
And now leading us off will be number 30, Tanner Helms. That one's high to Helms for ball 1.
That's not what you did, is it?
Huh?
That's not what
That's
you
where
did.
you get it from. Not the ball, back.
Slingshot, 3 outs.
That's straight.
That's still disgusting.
could just follow the hose, but
I'll fill it with some sort of hose.
that's what I mean. Just fill it up with.
That one down and away again for ball 3 to Tanner Helms. That one on the outside. But it's going to be in there as Tanner Helms was taken all the way.
He knew right before he threw the ball he was going to call it a strike.
Helms hit by that one.
That's a strike. Yeah, he was turning into it. That's a striker.
Yeah.
I don't care what the fans say, that's a striker.
Helms strikes out, brings to the plate the catcher, number 16, Jackson Freed. Hey, Maverick fans, go down and get yourself a tasty treat because this is the last call for ice cream. Last call for ice cream.
Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream.
That brings up Jackson Freed.
It is a strike. Great sweat.
Look at this shit. Not my fault.
Gotta throw it on for a little bit. Little like summer 2011 throwback.
It's a good song. That was a good choice for that pizza giveaway.
You can barely hear it over the screaming fans. Time to bring up the Mavericks batting songs here.
Oh, awesome. You gotta play it, and then I'll announce it as it's going through, because I love when he starts singing right as I say his name. He's got the best name. I love pronouncing it. Just rolls and jerk. Louis.
And the 2-0 pitch. That one in the dirt. Jordan Parenteau not with himself here.
I roll my tongue, but my whole body has to roll because I'm all
Louis.
I feel like this just races the point.
And taking all the ways, Jackson Freed. That one's down the middle for a strike, though. 3-1.
Pasito, pasito, suave, suavecito, no vamos bajando poquito, poquito.
We're going to have to start calling the game Spanish.
That one grounded the shortstop, Huggins. Freed running hard, but he's not going to make it in time as he's out for the second out.
For the second out of the inning. And that brings to the plate the shortstop, number 4, Louis Canjura.
That brings up number 4, Louis Canjura. Canjura rips that one right up the middle, and he's going to have himself a single here.
Canjura keeps the inning alive with a single up the middle. Bringing to the plate the left fielder, number 15, Caleb Longley.
That brings up Caleb Longley, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Last 2 at-bats, he was hit by a pitch and walked. Let's see what he can do here with 2 out and Canjura at first. And a big cut from Longley in there for strike 1.
Get your 50-50 tickets gets ready, the winning number will be announced at the end of the inning.
That one back checks Kanjura at first. But he's going to be getting a little dirty as he's back in safe. And again, getting dirty. Shut my mic off in this one. He hits that one into right field. And Kanjura, that pass ball at third, is going to score him. Got a ribby?
No? I don't think it is. Longley gets on base with a hit to right field, bringing to the plate the second baseman, number 8, Blake Rowlett.
I think somewhere near that we have to give an error, right? Because he scored on it on the overthrow third.
Yes. I'm not sure exactly where to give that on mine.
From right field.
Yeah.
We just give right field in there.
That brings up Blake Rowlett here.
Yeah.
He's still
It
within
wasn't
reaching
on line.
distance, though.
Huh? It wasn't on line with the base.
We're using reaching distance. If he could have grabbed it and turned and tagged him, he just missed the ball.
Well, one of them gets in there. Either the third
Go for
baseman
it,
or the
yeah.
right fielder. There has
I'm
to
not
be-
sure where to give that
if we
error.
get an extra
Because we
base
scored
runner
on it,
it.
yeah.
Two guys advance, one base each.
That's why you hit the turn, kids.
We could do a video. That's why you hit the cutoff, children. But then that one doesn't score. Yeah, all I know is it's one error. I don't know who you want to give it to. But it's
I gave it to the left fielder.
Right field?
Right fielder, so yeah.
Yeah.
Because the throw was off. You could have hit the cutoff, man.
he should have hit the cutoff.
It's Randy Johnson at sequel.
That one to Rowlett gets him for strike 3.
Rowlett strikes out looking. The Mavericks score 1 run on 2 hits, leave 1 man on, and there was 1 prospect
Yeah,
error.
that's still a base hit of it.
At the end of 7 innings, it's Medicine at 9, Edmonton 3. The end of the 7th inning is brought to you by Canadian Western Bank. Whether you're buying a home, planning for retirement, or have banking needs, Canadian Western Bank offers a competitive rate.
And that lead us off in the top of the 8th will be the bottom of the order for the Edmonton Prospects. Number 15, Dean Olsen. I'm Percy McDonald, and you're watching Mavericks Baseball. Back right after this.
All right, fans, 50-50 time. Get your 50-50 tickets ready. $506.50 is ticket 35465. 35465.
And up to bat now, number 15, Dean Olsen.
He went down to Haverford, Walter.
Leading off the top of the eighth for the Edmonton Prospects, number 15, Dean Olsen.
That was a $2 grand. I gave him $5. He goes, really? No. You guys there $1.50? Okay, give me the third one. I'll get 3 beers for $5.
And the 1-1. Swan for strike 2.
I thought 3 beers for $5 was awesome.
You can get one here.
It's okay when I used to play on this one hockey team with your league too.
That one in there for strike 3. That brings up number 6, Zane Takar.
I used to sell.
Olsen strikes out, looking bring to the plate, the second baseman, number 6, Zane Takar.
I used to bring it here and sell it for a team, and they were $1.50 each or 3 for $5. And everybody took 3. Yeah. Somebody said that it'd be smart to be hard to play. They were here. They were $1.50 each or 3 for $5.
Why didn't people just buy them?
And they were buying 3 for $5 all of them.
They could have saved 50 cents each.
Yeah, it's 3 for $4.50 really. But I was selling them $1.50 each or 3 for $5.
Well, I guess they just want their change back, whatever.
No, they're just stupid.
That one in there for a strike.
4 games into the season before somebody figured it out.
Oh, sorry. Just down to the main office there.
Or I'll take it for you.
Climb 50-50 in the same shot at the same time. Takar hit by a pitch. Bringing to the plate,
Or I'll give you this one.
first baseman, number 16, Nick Spillman.
No, this one.
Trade it.
I'll give you this one. I'll take that one. Bit of a souvenir pack. So you could go home and say, these could have won if they would have picked one of those numbers.
How much was this 50-50?
$506.50.
$500 I'll put in.
And that brings up number 30 or number 16, Nick Spillman. Ooh, and a big breaking ball from Libke.
I'm surprised he's at throwing it. He took that one off the hand.
Off the tip of his finger. That would
Libke
Yeah.
working on his 83rd pitch. Sorry, his 93rd pitch is that one.
flies out tonight for the second out of the inning. And that brings to the plate the third baseman, number 13, Michael Gahan.
And Michael Gahan now up. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
I thought that might have been the other guy knocking on the door when we used the watch.
Yeah.
This time would have been a no. No greasy straight.
See that can out there? Use it.
I went in there for strike 2.
Solo cups.
Yes.
Or bottles.
Red solo cup, please fill me up.
Good stuff.
I had a party.
That one fouled off.
Oh, dude. That's straight for me. I had 4 strikes up there.
This guy's Dyson.
One person warming up in the Edmonton bullpen. 2 pitchers, a left-hander and a right-hander warming up in the Medicine Hat bullpen.
Fans, please remember that ball's Parents, please make sure that your children are within arm's reach at all times.
And the first ball pitched, and on the 5th pitch, it's 1-2 now.
You should see when they used to just have the backstop here, and there's nothing down the lines. Balls ripping into the stand.
Oh, gosh.
Sitting there and they're going in at box down.
That one grounded to Lipke, and he just throws that one to first for the 3rd out.
Gone unhooks the pitcher. Prospects had no runs on no hits, leave one man on base, and there were no Medicine Hat Maverick errors. The middle of the 8th inning is brought to you by String Tech. String Tech is the Southern Alberta's only authorized Xerox sales agency and has been setting the pace.
And to lead us off here in the bottom of the 8th will be number 31, Chris Caffrey. I'm Percy McDonald, and you're watching Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this.
Covering the best solution for your office environment. Contact the team at String Tech.
And that first pitch to Chris Caffrey, lead us off in the bottom of the 8th, is in the dirt for a ball. That one too low again, 2-0 now. If you just tuned into our Medicine Hat Mavericks broadcast, we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mavericks lead 9-3. Mavericks with 12 hits. Prospects with 5. 1 error for the Prospects and none for the Mavericks.
I might have to go do another scoop over there.
That one taking all the way for strike one. 3-1 now. That one, nice play by Marion McLean to snag that one for the out.
Caffrey grounds out to the pitcher. That brings up the DH, number 25, Colton Wright.
That brings up number 25 DH tonight, Colton Wright. He's 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles and 2 walks. That one in the dirt to Wright. And a 1-1 now. Such a good batting song.
Good song, man. I would still like to have my life be like just I feel so down.
That one too low for ball 2.
I think mine would be something. Mine would be.
Gravity ball.
What?
Gravity ball. That's what all 12-year-old kids or 10-year-old kids still think when they throw a curveball.
I think mine would be she thinks my tractor's sexy.
That's a funny one too. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh.
That one, ball 4 to Colton Wright.
Wright draws a walk, bringing to the plate the right fielder, number 1, Chris Rodriguez.
That brings up number 1, Chris Rodriguez. And Rodriguez takes a cut at that one, and it barely hits the netting.
Yeah. Maddie Johnson would have been dead. Poor Maddie.
And the 0-1 from McLean. That one hit into shallow left. That one's gonna drop in there. And we have runners at first and second now.
Rodriguez boots one into left, bringing to the plate the first baseman, number 20, Frank Podkol.
That brings up the right-handed hitter, number 20, Frank Podkol. That one's in the dirt, and both runners on their way.
Wild pitch or pass?
Runners at third and second now with only 1 out.
Actually, I think that's second or third.
Podkol thinks about it. That one's still going to be too high for ball 2.
That was smoke.
Smoking outside. Really, people.
And we have loaded bases for another time tonight.
And brings to the plate the center fielder, number 30, Tanner Helms.
This is his third time facing him.
That old guy's gonna need a good fight tonight. He's not allowed to watch good enough.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a tricky ball. You see that? How does that back?
That ball was way too wide.
Nope, he's not gonna put it in the front.
And Helms fouls that one off the catcher's mask.
Nothing like a punch in the face.
That's what it feels like.
It does. I used to fucking hate catching.
I'm asking right now, babe. How's your face?
So don't piss me off, I'll hit you.
I've gotten a football like stuck in my helmet, face mask before my helmet,
Oh, I'm scared.
like this close to my head. That one in there for strike 2.
Yeah. We had a goaltender in hockey that we didn't like in the early. And everybody used to throw a loony in the helmet. And whoever hit him in the face first in the helmet got all the loonies. Did he ever used to get mad at us?
Hey, you want to announce the guy coming up as the big guy that is not closed?
Yeah. No. Yeah, he. What are you guys doing? I'm on your team. We're trying to get the loony. Got the loony puck going. Whoever hits you in the head wins it.
Every game too. That one grounded the second baseman, and he's gonna take the force out at first, but not before. Brings across a run.
Is that considered a sack or is it just an RBI?
Sacrifice. Sacrifice RBI.
Helms grounds out into the fielder's choice, scoring another Maverick run. Bringing to the plate, number 16, Jackson Freed.
That brings up Jackson Freed.
Yeah, I did.
Fell asleep too.
That one down there. 2-2 count now with 2 out and runners at third and second.
Happened up there. Are they the same two birds? No, they're not.
No 2 runners are the same. Full count here with 2 out.
One of the things that used to be.
And swung on and hit on the foul tip for strike 3.
Freed strikes out to end the inning. The Mavericks score 1 run on 1 hit, leave 2 men stranded, and there were no prospect errors. After 8 innings of play, it's Medicine at 10 and Edmonton 3. The bottom of the 8th inning is brought to you by Groves Roofing. Big league service when it
To lead us off here in the bottom of the inning, or top of the 9th inning, will be number 23, Eric Sabrowski. You're watching Mavericks Baseball. We'll be back right after this. And that brings up number 23, Eric Sabrowski, as Justin Simonak is in the game to finish us off here in the top of the 9th.
We're going to score 8 runs to be 11-10, and then we're going to score 1 in the...
Don't say that.
That one popped up behind first base is Podkol, and he's barely going to miss it.
That's a late from short. What are we doing?
You know in the MLB sometimes they count those as errors?
How?
Sometimes they would count that as an error in MLB?
Not necessarily.
No.
That's not an error until they score on it.
So you have it in your glove.
That's the mistake we shouldn't have made so far. It's the beginning of the end. See? Did it hit?
That's a single for Sabrowski.
Sabrowski singles up the middle to start off the 9th, bringing to the plate right fielder number 22, Jake Lanferman.
He would be the first of 7 runs to score.
I'll be really upset. Last kill for alcohol here, Mavericks. But anyway, 5 for 7 so far. Beer batters with bats.
Number 22, Jake Lanferman up. As he looks at the first one on the inside for a strike.
I was waiting for his pitch.
Start playing the game.
That one grounded to Rowlett at second is just going to go for the force at first.
Lanferman grounds into the fielder's choice. Brady to play left fielder, number 25, Matt.
Would that be a
Cortell.
fielder's choice or just 4-3?
It's still a field. Well, it's 4-3.
It's 4-3 fielder's
4-4-3.
choice. That'd be fun.
One line. Each batter. I'm trying to find the funny one that I played before.
They did hit this thing.
I could play 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton.
You need to key up Star Wars as soon as they go up here. It's all over.
That one swung on for strike 3.
Cortell strikes out swinging. With a second out, bringing to the plate the shortstop, number 11, Aiden Huggins.
He's going to leave.
And 0-1 here with 2 out. 2 more strikes until Justin Simnak ends this game. That one in the dirt.
Those defensive indifferences.
You play Darth Vader's theme. They got the whole flavor. It's all album.
That one close, but not doing. It's going to be 2-1. That one in there for strike 2. Evens up the count at 2-2 in the top of the 9th with 2 out.
Too bad it wasn't number 2 batting.
That one in there for strike 3.
Gosnick scored no runs on 1 hit, leaving 1 man left on base, and there were no Maverick errors. The final score here tonight, the Medicine Mavericks 10, the Edmonton Cross.
That was the game right there as Justin Simnak strikes out Aiden Huggins to end this game. Mavericks win 10-2. 13 hits for the Mavericks, 6 for the Prospects, 1 error for the Prospects, none for the Mavericks.
The official club of the Medicine Mavericks. That's the game, fans. Also a special request from the players, as they are the ones that clean this facility. Please remember to take your garbage with you. The next Mavericks home game, July 7th, this Friday at 7:05.
Next Mavericks home game this Friday at 7:05. Make sure to tune in on our YouTube broadcast. I'm Percy McDonald, bidding you farewell and good night.